when he was referring to her income, I don't think he meant that, oh, I'm gonna sit back and sit back in my femininity while you run things. I think what he was saying is that, and when he wrapped it up with the men lead with their ego, what I think he is saying is that a lot of men tend to look at women that earn more than them. This is his perspective. I don't think men think this way, but from his perspective, he thinks that a lot of men would see a woman out earn him and he'd get in the way of that. So he'd stunt her growth or say, oh, I don't no, I'm the leader, so I should be making the money. And then he do things that sabotage the family because he's trying to play catch up to her rather than just worrying about what he's supposed to be doing and not stopping her shine. Let her be the lawyer. Let her go do her thing. Don't stand in the way and go with and do what you need to do. And I think that's what he was trying to say. And then he threw a bunch of other shit in there that kind of like rubbed it around. Because if you pay attention to how he bounced off the other guy, we all preach that. You do what's best for the family, not necessarily you whatever role needs to be done for the family, that's what you do. And he was trying to piggyback off of that. And then it kind of like he just said some things that just kind of sound weird, especially coming from a man, but I don't think he meant it that way. Because I've heard that dude speak before, and he done said some gems before. So I don't think that's how he feels like, oh, I'm about to sit back in my femininity while my girl, runs the family, and I'm gonna delegate all the leadership to her, and I'm just gonna, be on.
He said he's got to try to figure it out. See, I'm
not even mad at Sweeney's perspective, though.
Some things he said was just
out right there. I'm trying to figure it out. Do you sound like? Now, if you was my 18-year-old son, I can understand that. Do you look like you're in your mid-30s and you still trying to figure it out? Oh, that's a problem. You got a married woman who's paying $250,000 and you still trying to figure it out. How long do you think she's going to accept you trying to figure it out?
Yeah, I don't think he meant that, man. I think he's just saying some wrong shit.
We trying to repair it, but here's another bad thing that he said. He said men don't always have the vision. She might have the vision, and I don't care if she's making the money or not. I don't care if she has the better career path. She still don't have the vision. It's me. That part I can't subscribe to. That's a no. And moving out the way. No, there is no moving out the way. I'm going to support you in whatever it is that you're going to do, but I'm not moving out of no way. I'm not taking a back seat. I'm always the spearhead. Always the spearhead. There ain't no other way. He can't get that. We can't clean it up for him. He said what he said. He got to stand 10 toes down on it. He said what he said. And I don't care what we could try to say he meant something different, but he said what he said. And you can't fix that. You can't fix the fact that he said women have the vision sometimes. No, she don't.
Well, look, if he misspoke, then I could understand like where Sweeney's coming from. Like he could be right. Maybe the dude misspoke, and maybe what he was saying is that a lot of guys will essentially like try to block her and not allow her to shine. Essentially, so is that what you was trying to say, Sweeney?
Yeah, that's what I think he was trying to say.
Yeah, so if that's what he was trying to say, then I could kind of see where he's coming from if that was the angle. Like, there are some dudes who, if their woman's making more money, they'll feel insecure about that, and they would find ways to sabotage. And I would agree that if she's doing well successfully, you should support her as much as possible. I would agree with that concept. But I definitely wouldn't agree that she should be the vision, nor she's the leader. I think that what she's doing should be incorporated into the vision. So if she's the breadwinner right now, maybe what she's earning will be incorporated into the vision that I have for the family. But I don't think that she should be the deciding factor just because she's earning that income, though.
So it would be perfect if they said all the same stuff, and when he said that submission part, they enter clout example of the CEO and the CFO. And when he's like, it took that whole part out and then put your segment about the difference between what a CFO and a CEO is. And then when he was talking about trying to find himself, use Trev version of I have a vision no matter how much. And then we don't got no complaints. After that, it'll be a perfect thing.
I think he might have fudged the words a little bit on that one, man.
You know what? Not him. You know why? No. You know why? Because he's a wordsmith. And he knows how to convey a message, right? He wouldn't be where he was today if he didn't know how to convey a message. What he says and how we all took that message when we first heard it is what he meant. He meant what he said. He knows how to convey a message. I promise you.
Trev, so I seen this thing where it was a professor, right? And he was playing an audio clip, and the audio clip changed depending on the words that was on the screen, and it was the same audio clip. So
I've seen a lot of those.
Okay, so the title on the video changed the meaning for me. If you would have removed that title and put on in that title, a good leader always does this, and played that same video, I think we have a different response to it. I promise.
Interesting.
I think it would be different.
And that's
what I really do.
That's what I said. When you prefaced, because they prefaced, the first guy prefaced his idea of leadership, and the other guy piggybacked it. Had he not piggybacked on what dude said, and what he said was said in a vacuum, I wouldn't be making the assumptions that I made. But because he was piggybacking off of that guy, you can kind of tell that he was trying to say something, which I've heard in plenty of conversations, how they try to talk about men feel intimidated and they stand in the way, or they get in the way of their woman, or they feel like, oh, well, I know you got some good ideas, but I'm the man in the house. And like, it fucks up families. Let's keep it real. Because your vision should be what's best for the family. And sometimes that means listening to her and hearing what she might have to say about certain things. I think that's what he was trying to say. Some of the words made your ass itch. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So this is what you're saying. So you could watch a whole conversation of me and this guy. It could have went left. It could have had an argument, whatever, right? And then now you watch it again, and there's a different title on it. You're going to see it differently because of the title. Did he have that title in mind when he was having a conversation, or was that in post, right? That's how you paint a narrative in post. I'm going by just the conversation. Forget the title, forget all of that, because I understand we need context, but we saw what they were saying. It was in plain English.
So look, like the conversation we having right now, if somebody titled this, because I don't think they titled that. I think that was somebody who grabbed it and titled it with their own question.
In post somewhere, they edit, right?
But not the person who video that actually is. If somebody took this video right here and labeled it, men are indecisive, they can't decide, and then ran it like this, they'd be like, oh yeah, they indecisive. But if somebody took the same video and then labeled it, see how introspective men are,
or what makes a good leader, or something like that,
or men thinking critically, it would come off different. Because like you got to remember, our perception distorts and controls the reality in which we perceive things from. So by prefacing it the way it is done, you can change the meaning of how we interpret anything in life.
Factuals.
All right.
I saw it with the title, without the title.
But Hank did say something though, and that got me thinking about Hank. You in the King Talk group, ain't you? What was that horse and carriage narrative that horse and carriage analogy that I gave in the group? That's kind of what you reminded me of when you said one day she ain't gonna feel like doing this shit no more. That's gonna leave you well. Because I do think that a lot of women, off a cliff. I do think that a lot of women, because how I positioned it was, I said that a lot of women don't like to, for a lot of women, they don't want to get in your car and just let you drive. In fact, what a lot of women want is the horse and carriage type of situation. The man is the horse, and she's the carriage. She's the coach, the coachman, the person that drives the carriage. You moving the carriage, she's yanking you which way. What happens that I think that a lot of women have a problem with is that they want to jump off the carriage, magically turn into the horse, and then they want to pull the carriage in a totally different direction than what you're pulling it in. And what happens is, for men, a lot of men are either going to keep pulling in the direction that they want to go in, and the reins break, or the man going to get off they just going to jump in the carriage. So I'm still a horse in the carriage. You the man pulling the carriage. I'm the horse in the carriage. Where does that carriage go? Nowhere. So we going nowhere fast. While you trying to pull, while you turning your legs, trying to pull the carriage rather than get back on the carriage and let me pull the carriage.
It's always going to break apart, and that's essentially what I be saying when I talk about a relationship where it's a struggle for who is the leader or who do we defer to when we have to make a decision. Because anytime when people can't get on the same page, they're gonna split up. And if we want to keep people together, it has to be some rule in your relationship on whatever organization you have, that hey, when this person gives the final say, this is the way we're gonna go. It'll, after all thoughts, ideas, and reservations have been heard. That's the only way stuff can function fully for a long extended period of time.